All right, hey guys, it's Noe, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm not exactly cooking, but I kind of am. So somebody on our Discord had mentioned or suggested that I should do more gardening videos and maybe like doing gardening with Noe. And so this is kind of a fusion between gardening and cooking because I already harvested our lavender. And so I absolutely love lavender. I love using lavender essential oils. We have like a nighttime spray that we used to use on the girls and spray the kids at night to help them, because it like helps promote sleepiness. But I love the smell of lavender. I love it in household stuff. I love it in personal stuff. Like, it just smells great, right? And it's pretty. It's purple. So I actually planted a couple of years ago. Okay, I'm gonna set my phone down to try to, let's see if I can just, there we go. Okay, cool. So a couple of years ago, I actually planted a couple of lavender plants. So I've got 2 in the backyard, and then I've got 2 in the front yard. So I don't know, a month ago or so, I harvested all of the lavender. I wanted to harvest early before all the buds popped, so that you get the best flavor and the best essence of the lavender flower. And then also, if you harvest early, you have the potential to get a second harvest from it. So I'm kind of keeping an eye. Some of my lavender out here got squashed by all the borage plants that we have, because the borage is just like takes over. But yeah, so I got like 5 or 6 bunches. If you follow us on social media, I had a basket. I don't know where the basket is at the moment, but I had a basket, and it was beautiful. It was just full, overfilling with lavender. So I was able to get like 5 or 6 bundles, and so bundles like this, so you can see like just the color. Like, it just smells so good. I love this. But I bundled these, and I hung them. They were twined, and I hung them in in the closet in the office, and I've just let them dry. Just let them, air dry on their own. So no need for dehydration, no need for anything like that. They're really, really dry and crispy. So I pulled down all of those today. This is actually the last bunch that I have to do, but this is everything from all the bunches. So I do have a couple of silica packets to help draw out any moisture that may still be in there. These are great because anytime we get these, I keep these because it's great, because it helps pull out moisture and keeps dry things dry, right? So this is what I have from the 4 or 5 bundles, and then this is my last bundle. I love to fully use everything that I'm given in terms of like all the useful parts, right? So because I'm pulling off the flowers, that means that I have all these stems, right? And instead of just sending it straight to the compost, those stems definitely have the flavor and essence of lavender as well. So I have been steeping the stems. So these are all the stems. All the flowers have been removed. This is actually the second pitcher that I have done. And it smells great. Like, it's earthy, it's florally, it's just relaxing, like instantaneous, like, anyway. And it's hot here, but it's like, I don't know, it's so calming. I love lavender. So yes, so I steeped the stems to use that. So part of what I did is I used one of my silicone ice cube trays, and I made ice cubes from basically the lavender tea, right? So that way, as I make tea, a lot of times, especially now, like if I make tea, I don't want to drink it hot, I'll drink it cold. But I can add these lavender ice cubes to my tea, and it adds a nice lavender flavor without actually having to make lavender tea. So I did that. Or if I make hot tea, sometimes the water's a little bit too hot. I can tolerate hot things, but Herschel sometimes is a little too hot. So sometimes I will drop an ice cube in his. Or if I make tea for the girls, I can drop an ice cube. And so it's just going to add that nice lavender flavor. The other thing is right here. I mean, look at that color. Like, it's just beautiful golden color. This is actually a lavender simple syrup. So a simple syrup is just water and sugar, right? It's simple and it makes a syrup, hence simple syrup. So I used the lavender tea and added sugar to it till it's a nice consistency, and again, it's just got that great smell. So I'm gonna let this cool down, pop this in the fridge, and when I make tea, instead of using honey or instead of using regular sugar, I can pop this into it. Again, I'm gonna have that lavender flavor without having to use my lavender tea right now. So I made that. Then, because I have a lot of this stuff, I had some lemon juice and I made lavender lemonade. So I just took the lavender tea, added lemon juice and sugar until I got a lavender lemonade. So here it is right here. This is super refreshing because you get the really nice floral flavor of the lavender, even the smell. You get the bright citrus flavors of the lemon juice, and then obviously the sweetness from the sugar. This is perfect for a summer day, like a hot summer day. Like I told Herschel, if I had a cafe, like I would totally serve this. It would be on the menu, and I feel like it would be a huge hit. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I've got all this other stuff. I'm probably gonna freeze another tray of ice cubes. I don't have any more lemon juice, so I can't make any more lemonade right now unless I pop over to the store and get some. But I just wanted to really share with you guys kind of what I do when I harvest stuff. You know that we harvest a lot of our own stuff for tea, and so throwing the stems away is just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of useless. Like, they have stems matter too. But yeah, so it's been great, and I've just been having fun in the kitchen doing this. But I'm really excited because, where is it? Where'd it go? Do you know where my other lavender is? No. Oh, I'm using it to prop my phone. Oops. Okay, so this is my leftover lavender from last year's harvest. So this is what I have from last year's lavender. There is a difference in the color because when I picked this, most of the blossoms had already popped. They had already come to a full bloom. So there is a little bit difference in color than this year's harvest because I got this year's harvest at a much earlier time. So this is ideal of what you want your lavender to look like. And I can just smell it through the bag. Oh, it's amazing. But I know that this is 100% organic. And that's what I love about growing our own stuff, because I know exactly what has happened to it. I know what it's been given, what it hasn't been given. There's unfortunately, our raspberries, I've realized, get worms. But you can't get any more organic than that, right? So we just we're just kind of careful, and just know that it's a part of it. One way that I guess I can talk to you about that. So we have a ton of raspberries, and they would go bad before we could eat them all. Also, I want to try to preserve them so I can use them, or we can have fresh berries when they're not in season, right? So I rinse them. As soon as I rinse them, then I put them on a sheet and put them not in the oven, in the freezer. Once they've frozen, then I pop them into Ziploc baggies. Excuse me. So that way they keep their flavor, they keep their color, everything like that. It's basically you're flash freezing them. So when you see flash frozen, that's what this means. So you're freezing them at the peak of freshness, like they say on the packages. But anyway, so this is what I do with the raspberries. But you can't get any more organic than this. So the good thing about freezing them, though, that I realized that I did have a point, is that I could see the worms come out. And so the ones that had the worms, I just give those to the chickens. So it's a win-win for everyone. So anyway, so this is my last bundle of lavender that I have to do. So I'm going to finish this up. But before I was completely done, I wanted to do this video and kind of show you guys what I do with some of our garden harvest and give you some ideas for if you have lavender, what to do with it. And if you guys have other ideas, please let me know. Please join our Discord if you haven't already done so. We have great conversations that go on there. Lots of great questions get asked and lots of good suggestions come up too. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hopefully you enjoyed this little fusion of cooking with Noe / gardening with Noe, and hope you guys have a great day. Bye guys.